Welcome to Interlude I, Lesson 6 of Finding Your Way. In this lesson, we're going to discuss the ascension tech, known as Wisdom of the Crowd. Wisdom of the Crowd is a massive upgrade to the process by which we construct our understanding about reality, allowing us to perceive truth as we move through life. Whenever we turn our attention to something in order to understand it, we begin astrally pinging those around us in order to assess their understanding with respect to that object. We do this even when we are considering ourselves. Most people do not have clear views on most subjects. Their views always contain a kernel of truth, yet the contours around that truth are often highly distorted, and we use those distorted views from others to build our own views. Some of us are more skillful than others at perceiving beyond the distortions we receive, but most of us are unconsciously guided by others' distorted views. Our distorted views are then in turn used by others to build their own distorted views. Therefore, if a particular group is highly distorted around a particular truth, a psychic pressure develops from these rigidly held contours, shaping our own responses. And further, when we do this sort of astral pinging around how other people perceive us, we receive back all of the views of us distorted by other people's karmas and fears, and so we don't end up perceiving ourselves clearly at all. Wisdom of the Crowd is an upgrade to this entire system. First, it scraps the process of astral pinging. There is a franticness and forcefulness to the way in which the mind is constantly reaching out to others in order to draw in information. We can recognize that all of that information is already inside of us, and therefore we have nothing to check. Within that internal field of awareness, receiving each of these astral impressions from others, Wisdom of the Crowd interfaces with the knower, which is the Lemurian ego structure within all of us that sees beyond much of the stream and knows the truth of the situation. Our minds became more limited after the fall of Lemuria, and again after the fall of Atlantis, but the more expansive ego structures that we used to inhabit still live within us. The knower has remained with us, available whenever we tune in. The knower strips away the distortions that contour other people's impressions to reveal the seed of truth that is present, so that we can learn and grow from everyone around us. Wisdom of the Crowd collects those seeds and sends them to the turbo-encabulator, providing all of the seeds of truth from which a nuanced and coherent truth can be ascertained and encabulated, free of any of the judgment and distortion carried in the minds of others. You can think of Wisdom of the Crowd as an important upgrade to the turbo-encabulator's inbound data stream, freeing us of the burden of other people's judgments and confusions. Here is the transmission for Wisdom of the Crowd. Wisdom of the Crowd works without any action on your part. You will begin to find that you are less confused in situations and that you become able to perceive yourself and others more clearly. Over time, Wisdom of the Crowd will yield a level of certainty in your movements that you had not previously thought was humanly possible. I hope you enjoy exploring the Wisdom of the Crowd. In the next and final lesson of Interlude I, we will discuss Gaia's Tear, a magical technology that is very close to my heart, since it is, in fact, a piece of it. Until then and always, be well.